Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address the grand finale of Smart India Hackathon today via video conferencing. Prime Minister will interact with students at the hackathon that aims to promote out-of-the-box thinking in young minds. Unlock 3 kicks in from today across the country. Delhi's Lieutenant Governor Anil Baijal cancels Delhi government's decision to open hotels and weekly markets. Bihar, Jharkhand extend lockdown. The fifth phase of Bharat Mission begins from today. The fifth phase to bring back over 1,30,000 Indians stranded abroad in 1,200 flights. More than 8,92,000 stranded Indians have been repatriated under the Bharat Mission till now. Scheduled international passenger services to remain suspended till 31st of August. Flood situation in Bihar remains critical as flood water enter more villages during the past 24 hours. River Budi Gandak crosses the danger mark in many places. Over 45 lakh people affected in 14 districts, with 27,000 living in relief camps, while flood situation in Assam improves slightly. Dr. Harshvardhan chairs the session of the Bureau of the Executive Board of the WHO, urges world to come together and be more responsive to manage the new challenges posed by COVID-19 to ensure a timely, adequate and coordinated global response. Nation celebrates Eid ul-Azha today. Namaz being offered in the mosque while maintaining social distancing. Prime Minister Narendra Modi greets Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina on this occasion. Nation remembers Bal Gandhar Tilak on the occasion of his 100th death anniversary. Vice President pays tribute, describing Tilak as one of the prime architects of the freedom movement. Home Minister Amit Shah says Tilak symbolizes the soul of Indian culture. Good morning. Welcome to English News. I am Anil Thomas. Now for the stories in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will today address the grand finale of the Smart India Hackathon 2020 via video conferencing. He will also be interacting with students on the occasion. The Smart India Hackathon 2020 is being held from the 1st to the 3rd of August. The Smart India Hackathon is a nationwide initiative to provide students with a platform to solve some of the pressing problems we face in our daily lives, and thus inculcate a culture of product innovation and a mindset of problem solving. It has proved to be extremely successful in promoting out-of-the-box thinking in young minds. The grand finale of the software edition this year is being organized online by connecting all the participants throughout the nation together over a specially built advanced platform. More than 10,000 students will be competing to solve 243 problem statements from 37 central government departments, 17 state governments and 20 industries. Phase 3 of the unlock begins across the country from today. The Ministry of Home Affairs on the 29th of July issued new guidelines for Phase 3 of the unlock. The new guidelines are based on feedback received from states and union territories and extensive consultations held with related central ministries and departments. According to the new guidelines, restrictions on movement of individuals during night curfew have been removed. Yoga institutions and gymnasiums will be allowed to open from the 5th of August. In this regard, standard operating procedures or SOPs will be issued by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare for ensuring social distancing and to contain the spread of COVID-19. Independence Day functions will be allowed with social distancing and by following other health protocols like wearing a mask. In this regard, instructions issued by the MHA on the 21st of July shall be followed. After extensive consultation with states and union territories, it has been decided that schools, colleges and coaching institutions will remain closed till the 31st of August. International air travel of passengers has been permitted in a limited manner under the Bharat Mission. Further, opening up will take place in a calibrated manner. Activities which will not be permitted during the Unlock 3.0 version include metro rail, cinema halls, swimming pools, entertainment parks, theatres, bars, auditoriums, assembly halls and similar places. Social, political, sports, entertainment, academic, cultural, religious functions and other large congregations will not be allowed. Vulnerable persons that is persons above the age of 65 years, persons with comorbidities, pregnant women and children below the age of 10 years are advised to stay at home except for meeting essential requirements and for health purposes. Delhi Lieutenant Governor Anil Baijal has rejected the Delhi government's decision to allow hotels and weekly markets under Unlock 3.0. According to a statement issued by the LG office, the matter was discussed with Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal and it was agreed that while there has been improvement in the situation, the pandemic threat is still far from over. There is a cautious and conservative approach that is required at this moment. However, the proposals regarding opening of hotels and hospitality services and opening of weekly bazaars have been deferred for the time being. It will be reviewed by the State Disaster Management Authority later. Another proposal to allow ready patriwalas to operate for longer hours from today has been approved. In view of the rising COVID cases, many states have imposed lockdowns to control the situation. Bihar government has extended the lockdown due to COVID-19 till August 16th. As per the order, movement of individuals will remain strictly prohibited between 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. throughout the state except for essential activities. Air and rail travel is allowed to operate. Offices, banks and other offices would function at 50% of the strength, while all religious places and parks will remain closed. As India entered phase 3 of Unlock, the Jharkhand government has ordered an extension of the lockdown-related restrictions in the state outside the containment zones up to 31st of August due to COVID-19 cases rising. The Jharkhand government earlier issued directions to departments concerned for strict implementation of guidelines and state directives on COVID-19. As per the directions, all economic activities permitted prior to this order shall remain permitted. The new order also states that regular visits will be made in the house of people who are under home quarantine to keep checking their health conditions. In view of the recent spike in COVID-19 cases in the East Siang district of Arunachal Pradesh, the district administration has imposed a week-long lockdown till August 7th in Pasighat township and its rural peripheries, that's Ruskin subdivision and Sile Oyan circle, to prevent any outbreak. Meanwhile, the state cabinet will be meeting today to review the situation and to decide the future course of action for state, including the capital Itanagar, in view of the Unlock 3 guidelines. Lockdown continues in Itanagar capital region till the 3rd of August morning. Moving to Nagaland, where the total lockdown in the capital Kohima has been extended for another week starting from today. The 7-day lockdown, which was enforced from July 25th, ended on Friday. The week-long lockdown has been extended in Kohima municipal area due to the rapid increase in COVID-19 cases. Public have been further advised to follow all safety precautions by wearing masks, washing hands frequently and maintaining social distancing. Anyone failing to comply with the order will invite strict penal action. The Mizoram government on Friday extended statewide partial lockdown till August 31st to prevent the further spread of COVID-19. As per the new guidelines, all international and interstate borders will continue to remain closed, barring 3 entry points. Bairabi on the Mizoram-Assam border and Vergende and Kahum on the state's border with Tripura will be open for the movement of commodities. Lengpui Airport will continue to operate during the extended lockdown. The new guidelines allow inter-district and intra-state movement for commercial as well as private vehicles. The 5th phase of the Vande Bharat mission has begun from today to rescue Indians stranded abroad. This phase will continue till the 31st of August. Up to 1,200 flights are likely to be added in phase 5 of Vande Bharat mission, and the flights would cater to 21 different airports across India and repatriate more than 1,30,000 Indians stranded abroad. More than 8,92,000 stranded Indians have been repatriated under the Vande Bharat mission. Under this particular mission of Vande Bharat, in total, Air India and Air India Express have uplifted or brought back over 2,67,000 stranded passengers, and other chartered have uplifted over 4,86,000 stranded passengers during this period from the 6th of May to the 30th of July. India has also signed a transport bubble agreement with the United States of America, France and Germany. Recently, a transport bubble agreement has also been signed with Kuwait to uplift stranded passengers to and from India. Meanwhile, the aviation regulator DGCA on Friday extended the suspension of scheduled international flights to and from the country till 31st of August. However, this restriction will not apply to international all-cargo operation and flights specifically approved by the DGCA. Earlier, DGCA had on 3rd of July extended the ban on international flights until July 31st after it was suspended till July 15th. Now, news from flood-affected states of Bihar and Assam. The flood situation in Bihar remains critical. The flood water has entered more villages during the past 24 hours. In all, the floods have affected a population of over 45 lakh people spread across 110 blocks in 14 districts of the state. As many as 27,000 people are living in relief camps. More than 7,70,000 people are being served cooked food in the relief camps. The discharge from the Koshi and the Gandak barrage has reduced to below 2 lakh cuses. However, the Budi Gandak river has crossed the highest flood point of 2017 at Sakra in Muzaffarpur and Rozra in Samastipur and Adwara river in Bishunpur in Darbhanga district. In view of this, the Central Water Commission has issued a red alert in these areas. The Meteorological Department has predicted light to moderate rainfall in the catchment areas of Nepal and Bihar. In Assam, with one more death reported in Kokrajhar district, the death toll due to floods in Assam have risen to 109. The number of districts affected by the flood remains 21 out of the 33 districts. The population affected by the flood water has further come down to 10,82,504, while the number of villages affected by floods stand at 1,366. Though there has been a slight improvement in the flood situation, however, with the release of water from the Kuruchu Dam in Bhutan, resulting in aggravating the entire situation. With the rise of the water level in the Puthimari River resulting in flooding in places like Hajo, Rangya and Kamalpur in Kamrup rural district of western Assam. 16 search and rescue teams of NDRF are deployed for flood operations in Jorhat, Bongaigaon, Kamrup Metro, Kamrup Rural, etc. Besides, 4 search and rescue teams of NRRF teams are earmarked to tackle the flood. Well, for more inputs on that particular story there on the flood situation on ground zero, Mridu Smita, our correspondent, joining us from Guwahati this morning. Mridu Smita, what's the update there, especially from the state when it comes to overnight conditions, and what are the predictions for the weekend, the next 24 hours?
Yes, since as according to the ASDMA reports in the last 24 hours, though there was improvement in the last few days, however, the situation is getting again worse here in Assam because there has been, as predicted by the Met Department, there has been incessant rain in the past 24 hours, and it is still continuing, and it is again developing into a trouble for the people as because it has been quite some time since the monsoon started in Assam, and the flood had already havoc lots of cropland area, and many people have been devastated with the flood. And since there was a relief among the people because as there was improvement in the last few days, however, because of the condition again deteriorating, things are getting worse for the people as with time there also are different difficulties, like as already there has flood, and in fact the state is already struggling against COVID-19, and other diseases are also coming up because recently there has been reports of Japanese encephalitis cases, malaria, and lots of like that. And
Okay.
for the administration and the state government to tackle such diseases, and during the flood situation, it's getting a bit mixed, because they have to also they have to also tackle with both the COVID-19 situation by distributing masks, sanitizers, and a lot many things. And in fact, the government have also asked them to maintain the hygiene situation, so that at least the people who are staying in the relief camps, they are not infected by the disease of COVID-19. And in fact, they have the NDRF and SDRF people are also trying very hard so that they can evacuate many more people from the various areas.
Mridusmita, I would ask you to keep it short. How's been the state government's role in handling this particular crisis? And is there a holistic strategic plan, to break this cycle of misery that keeps coming every year, to especially states like Assam?
Yes, definitely, because especially the embankments, because of the damage of the embankments,
Okay.
because there are a lot many rivers here in Assam, especially the Brahmaputra River, and it is unpredictable with the Brahmaputra River because it
Agreed.
changes its courses with due time. So, because to tackle with such a situation, it's a very difficult time. And however, the center have also come out with various assistance, and they have also ensured that every possible help from the center is given to the government. And in fact, erosion, which is also another big issue for the region, because of erosion, lots of lands have been already washed out by the Brahmaputra River, and that is why that is also called for erosion as a natural calamity, national calamity, I suppose. I mean, and because of which I think the government is quite. They are strong enough to tackle the situation in the further coming days, and they would tackle the flood situation rather.
Okay, Madhusmita, we'll leave it there. Thank you and appreciate you joining us. Also, Eid greetings to all through you from the state of Assam there on this auspicious day. Take care of yourself, and we'll come back to you across the day for more updates on that particular story. Well, moving on now, taking an update on COVID-19 from across the country. The total COVID-19 recoveries have crossed the milestone of 10.5 lakhs on Friday, according to the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. A total of 10,57,805 people have recovered in the country so far, and with this, the recovery rate has improved to 64.54%. The mortality rate due to COVID-19 has further declined to 2.18% in the country. As per the latest data, a total of 5,45,318 active cases have been recorded across the nation so far. Eid-ul-Azha is being celebrated with religious fervor and due reverence across the country today. Amidst the coronavirus pandemic, authorities have also issued guidelines advising people to offer prayers on Eid at home. Due to lockdown and social distancing in various states, the transport of animals and the sale has also been affected. In some states like Maharashtra, sale and purchase of animals had to be conducted online to prevent the crowding at animal markets in light of COVID-19. In Gujarat, animal sacrifice was prohibited in public spaces as well as a private place visible to the public. Further, people have been urged to hold symbolic celebrations of Eid-ul-Azha. President Ramnath Kovind, Vice President and Prime Minister Narendra Modi have greeted the people on the occasion of Eid-ul-Azha. The President in a tweet said, and I quote, Eid-ul-Zuha symbolizes the spirit of sacrifice and amity which inspires people to work for the well-being of one and all. On this festive occasion, President asked people to share their happiness with others and to promote mutual harmony. He urged people to follow all the rules and guidelines prescribed in view of the COVID-19 pandemic. Vice President said Eid-ul-Azha is a celebration of unswerving devotion to God and the boundless compassion and love the Almighty has for His creation. He said the festival inspires us to inculcate empathy, practice sacrifice and promote peace and universal brotherhood. Extending his greetings on Eid-ul-Azha, Prime Minister said, and I quote, May this day inspire us to create a just, harmonious and inclusive society. May the spirit of brotherhood and compassion be furthered. Union Minister Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi extended greetings on the occasion of Eid-ul-Azha. Union Minister offered prayers at his residence. Union Minister said that during this corona crisis, people are taking all necessary precautions while offering prayers. Well, more on the story. Aisha Khanna, our correspondent, joining us this morning. Aisha, first of all, Eid greetings to you. What's special, when it comes to Eid and Eid in South India, considering the COVID times that we are in? How is the celebration different, and how have people approached this particular festive season?
The usual festive mood is missing across the country, because obviously with the pandemic around us and with so many people suffering, so the people who are actually celebrating Eid is have agreed to celebrate it at a very making it a very low-key affair, keeping in solidarity with the sufferings around. So that is one interesting aspect, that it has come from within the community, and people, the religious heads from the community have come forward and explained to the community how to scale down the Eid celebrations. And also the fact that there are guidelines, the similar guidelines have been issued across the country to maintain safety and also social distance. And there are guidelines wherein people were asked to pray at home. And in Karnataka, the guidelines were a bit relaxed, where people were allowed to pray in mosques in batch of 50 at a time, though the Eidgah Maidans are closed and there is no namaz held in the Eidgah Maidans. So people have understood the importance of safety and also the concern for others, and that is why they have realized this, and the festivities are kind of missing. But yes, people are celebrating Eid-ul-Azha with the religious fervor, and also there are exchange of greetings from among the people, the relatives, the friends. So that makes Eid very special. So never mind the large-scale celebrations which we are used to earlier pre-corona times, but now the fact that the greetings from across the people and well-being of each other is actually Eid. So a true Eid will be when we overcome this entire pandemic, and Eid itself means celebration, Anil. So the celebration will be no suffering around, and when people are happy. So this Eid, especially in Karnataka, keeping the guidelines in mind, people have offered prayers as early as 6:30 a.m. This is for the first time that the prayers were offered so early, so that there are no crowding of mosques. People don't come out so early, and many people offered prayers at home. So that is how people have realized the importance of this situation, and Eid is being celebrated as a low-key affair.
Okay, we'll leave it there, but let's all pray and hope that hope, love and laughter become a part of everyone's life during this particular festive season, even with the COVID all around us. Thank you and appreciate you joining us this morning with those updates there. Well, the nation is observing the 100th death anniversary of Lokmanya Balgandhar Tilak. Balgandhar Tilak was a social reformer and a freedom activist. He was given the moniker Lokmanya for being a beloved and accepted leader of the people. A philosopher, politician, Tilak pioneered the ideas of Swaraj and Swadeshi. Prime Minister Narendra Modi paid tributes to Lokmanya Balgandhar Tilak on his 100th death anniversary. The Prime Minister also shared a video on this occasion.
हमारी ये भारत भूमि बहुरत्ना वसुंधरा है। सामर्थ्यवान मां भारती को समर्पित महापुरुषों ने इस धरती को अपना जीवन आहूत कर दिया, समर्पित कर दिया। एक ऐसे ही महापुरुष हैं लोकमान्य तिलक। लोकमान्य तिलक साहस और आत्मविश्वास से भरे हुए थे। लोकमान्य तिलक जी के प्रयासों से ही सार्वजनिक गणेश उत्सव की परंपरा शुरू हुई। सार्वजनिक गणेश उत्सव परंपरागत श्रद्धा और उत्सव के साथ साथ समाज जागरण, सामूहिकता, लोगों में समरसता और समानता के भाव को आगे बढ़ाने का एक प्रभावी माध्यम बन गया। वैसे समय कोई कालखंड था जब जरूरत थी कि देश अंग्रेजों के खिलाफ लड़ाई के लिए एकजुट हो। इन उत्सवों ने जाति और संप्रदाय की बाधाओं को तोड़ते हुए सभी को एकजुट करने का काम किया। अक्टूबर 1916 में लोकमान्य तिलक जी अहमदाबाद जब आए, उस जमाने में आज से करीब 100 साल पहले 40,000 से अधिक लोगों ने उनका अहमदाबाद में स्वागत किया। और यही यात्रा के दौरान सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल को उनसे बातचीत करने का अवसर मिला था। और सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल लोकमान्य तिलक जी से अत्यधिक प्रभावित थे। और जब 1 अगस्त 1920 को लोकमान्य तिलक जी का देहांत हुआ, तभी उन्होंने निर्णय कर लिया था कि वे अहमदाबाद में उनका स्मारक बनाएंगे। सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल अहमदाबाद नगर पालिका के मेयर चुने गए और तुरंत ही उन्होंने लोकमान्य तिलक के स्मारक के लिए विक्टोरिया गार्डन को चुना। और ये विक्टोरिया गार्डन जो ब्रिटेन की महारानी के नाम पर था, स्वाभाविक रूप से ब्रिटिश इससे अप्रसन्न थे और कलेक्टर इसके लिए अनुमति देने से लगातार मना करता रहा। लेकिन सरदार साहब थे, वो अटल थे और उन्होंने कहा था कि भले ही उन्हें पद त्यागना पड़े, लेकिन लोकमान्य तिलक जी की प्रतिमा बन के रहेगी। अंततः प्रतिमा बनकर तैयार हुई और सरदार साहब ने किसी और से नहीं बल्कि 28 फरवरी 1929 इसका उद्घाटन महात्मा गांधी से कराया। और सबसे बड़ी मजे की बात है कि उस उद्घाटन समारोह में, उस भाषण में पूज्य बापू ने कहा कि सरदार पटेल के आने के बाद अहमदाबाद नगर पालिका को न केवल एक व्यक्ति मिला है, बल्कि उसे वह हिम्मत भी मिली है जिसके चलते तिलक जी की प्रतिमा का निर्माण संभव हो पाया है। लोकमान्य तिलक ने देशवासियों में आत्मविश्वास जगाया। उन्होंने नारा दिया था, स्वराज हमारा जन्मसिद्ध अधिकार है और हम लेकर के रहेंगे। आज यह कहने का समय है, स्वराज हमारा जन्मसिद्ध अधिकार है और हम उसे लेकर रहेंगे।
That's all we have time for in this edition of news. But remember to follow social distancing, wear your mask, use the sanitizer, and wash your hands regularly. Thanks for watching.